place that set the standard for Vegas fitness. Then came Northwest, near Summerlin, sharing the Fit Club gym culture and vibes across Las Vegas. And the crown jewel, Henderson, a cutting-edge space designed for bodybuilders, competitors, and anyone chasing their best self. Fit Club Las Vegas, now with 3 locations.
All right, good. You ready?
Yes, indeed.
All right, so we have the champ in the house. Welcome, man, to the podcast.
Appreciate you. Glad to be here.
Kyron is on the come up now. But you've been at the top for a long time, man.
I feel like it's been a
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a random statement here. You may not know this, but I believe you're the only person that's defeated a reigning Olympia champion.
I think so.
Period.
So. That's
Meaning not at a major show. Like Ronnie lost to Gunter right after the Olympia, but you beat Aaron at a regular show. I don't think another Olympia champion has ever done that.
I like that.
I didn't know if you knew that or not.
Sure. I've heard that. I didn't do the full research, but
But we've also talked about your record. So are you the second winningest?
I am. I'm one behind Andre right now.
Which Andre's he likes to brag about that.
Yeah.
So
well, for open shows, because he started doing master shows, so his number has gone up. So for open shows, I'm like one behind him right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So that means
So you're at 17.
So how sweet would that be if your next win?
I know the Olympia and tie him right there.
That's extra motivation
for sure.
Well, I mean, Ryan was at the show this weekend. So you're just coming off Pittsburgh, obviously. You know, you skipped New York. You made a clean judgment on that. You've won New York twice.
Twice,
yeah.
Twice.
So, tell me what the decision was to line it all up for that perfect storm.
I think one, be honest, the prize money. I feel like they're upping the prize money, so it makes more sense to compete at those shows. It's an expo, and also Pittsburgh is just smart to do for your campaign for Olympia. So all those little factors made it a good decision.
Get in front of the right eyes
for sure.
And obviously the feedback was tremendous, right? I mean,
yeah.
But tell me, leading into the show, we did talk a little bit off camera, but is this something where you kind of eyeball what you're doing and see the physique? I mean, you've been doing this such a long time, and we were just talking about there was talk of classic physique and where your body was heading, outgrowing the division. And I was saying that men's physique has come up tremendously as far as what guys are looking like, as far as muscle and structure. It means so much, right? I mean, you're a taller guy. I mean, not as tall as like an Ebanks, right? But one of the little taller than Ali and these other guys. I mean, it gives you an advantage. But could you see your physique dialing down? Did you know you were spot on?
We don't just fight insurance companies, we train for it. If you want results, get a lawyer that puts in the work. 107. Do you trust a lawyer that doesn't train? 102. Or a lawyer that quits when it gets tough? Pacific West Injury Law. We're built to win.
Yes, for the past, this is the third show I've been doing it this way, where I'm very intuitive with it. Like me going for classic, I got to learn my body very well. So since then, I've been I have a meal plan, but I know at this point I know what foods I can eat, when I can eat them, when with time to not eat as much. So I'm just very intuitive with it right now, and I feel like that's worked for me.
What? So you were preparing for classic, or are you done classic, or
no? I was preparing for classic back in 2022, and then I was gonna do legions in classic. My coach kind of gave me feedback. He was like, I don't think our legs are there just yet. So there's the show in Daytona. Let's go do that one, and then see if you're still within the criteria. And then I won that show, and it was like, hey, Legion's is your show. You can win it 5 times in a row. Prize money is this. Why not? Since you're still within that criteria, I want you to do Legions in men's physique. And I ended up doing that. And then,
so you made a great choice. I mean, to stay with it. But how close are you letting the cap right now?
So I 209 is my cap. I weighed in at check-ins at 206. So I'm right there. I think by the time I carb up and everything, I'm at 209. So
Do you struggle?
Not at all. To make it, no.
And do you have to hold back from training?
Yes, that's one thing I did learn. I don't go as hard or as much as I used to. I know I can go 3 to 4 days and train, but if I go more than that, I'll probably get too big.
Get too big, huh?
That's the intuitive part. all right, let me fall back a little bit.
Yeah, I was wondering because sometimes we talk about who puts in the most effort at these, in certain divisions, and genetics play an important role, right?
For sure.
How big do you think your body could get without resistance?
So when I was getting ready for classic, I got as big as 230. A little uncomfortable, but
really,
yeah. To see my
were
body,
you in good shape at that weight, or?
I was. I was able to have. I had visible abs. I mean, I obviously had some body fat, but had visible abs still.
So, what's the highest you let your body get to? Like now, say after this show, like what in range? 10, 20 pounds?
Probably like 215 to 220. If I like after I had a lot of food that day, a high carb day, I'll get to like 220, but 215. Stay in that range.
Every time we bring someone on here that's in a different division, you're always like, can you go bigger? Can you go open? It's like you're convincing everybody.
Me being, listen, and like I said, I favor all divisions because you guys are creating the landscape for fitness. Mm-hmm. And when I say fitness, I say that very general. I say that for everything, right? Because I promote shows. I have 3 now. I had 4. And my biggest division is men's physique. And I always ask the guys, like, when you get into this, and we're going to kind of get to your beginning about it, like, what makes you choose that? Because I didn't have that option. I started at 18, and it was like I was looking at, Dorian Yates was Mr. Olympia, and there was only a men's and women's bodybuilding. I mean, I went to nationals. Yeah. So when I won the nationals in 96, I was 23. There was like 200 total in the show, which now there's, it's almost 1,000, right? And there's more pro card qualifiers. So we had North Americans, nationals, and USA. And I chose nationals because that card was each division winner.
Gotcha,
so
okay.
Not the overall, where the USA is the overall winner had to get, they were the only ones receiving the cards. North Americans was the same.
Yeah.
8 cards a year.
Yeah, 8 cards, right? So now, I mean, we'll talk about your come up. I mean, how you tell us a little bit about. I know you lived in San Diego prior to this, right?
Yeah.
But where did you grow up? How did you get into it, kind of when you started?
Okay, so originally I'm from New York, Queens, New York. I didn't get into it until I joined the Navy. So I was in the Navy for 8 years as air traffic controller. So I got in trouble. Like when I was in San Diego, I kind of got a DUI. I got a DUI. I had got in trouble with some other stuff beforehand. So like I was kind of going through like a rough patch, and I wanted something different. I had a buddy who was doing men's physique, Marvin Moss, and so the only thing I could really do when I had my DUI was either go to work, home. But I wanted to do something other than just be home. So I put my uniform in my car and I would just go to the gym. So I was doing that for a couple months, and my physique started to like build up. So and I had someone at the gym say, "Hey, have you ever heard of competing men's physique?" Didn't really know about it. So then I asked my buddy, and then he kind of like showed me the ropes a little bit, and I entered my first show and I won it. So that at that point, that's when the fire was lit.
What year was that?
2014, I believe.
Okay, and have you been lifting prior to that, being a service guy, or like high school sports or anything like that? Or?
So when I was in high school, I boxed. That's my discipline base. But when I went overseas, Diego Garcia, and then while I was there, that's when I started to like train. I started to eat. Before I would go to the gym, but I wouldn't really like have a diet support the training. When I went there, that's when I started to actually like.
Where'd you spend time overseas?
Diego Garcia. It's like a small island in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
Where that is? You're usually the geological.
Okay.
guy.
Okay.
I've been there. But
It's small little speck of an island.
And you went there for what reason?
So there's an airfield there, so it's a lot of
service.
Yeah.
And then you got stationed in San Diego. Is that why you were in San Diego?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And where did you start training?
So I started training in Diego Garcia. Like that's when I started to actually like lift weights and have like a structured plan.
And then when you got to San Diego, where did you train?
I trained at Planet Fitness for a little bit. Planet Fitness did 24-hour fitness, but I didn't. When I first got there, I was training, and then I stopped for a while. And then when I got in trouble, that's when I started to train again.
And because I've been out to visit the bases, and they had a pretty good gym on.
Yeah,
like it was called Old Gym.
Yeah, okay.
I've been there.
Okay.
I've been there.
Nice.
Some woman ran it back then, and I did appearance probably around that time, around 14, 15. I was visiting the bases a lot. We traveled all over the world. Actually, traveled to different bases.
I was gonna say, how did you get stationed there? That's like Maldives.
Yeah,
it's like a beautiful area.
So okay.
Right, and when he was overseas,
yeah, like that's like south of the Maldives. That's like. You would think like a high level person, like I want to go there, like not a young guy. Like, I usually send you some shitty spot.
So I was in Fallon, Nevada first, and that's like another isolated duty station. And I wanted to go to San Diego right after Fallon, but the only orders that were available was that one and like another place that I didn't want to go. So you're like, I'm gonna go here.
How long were you there for?
For a year.
Did you like it?
I did. I like. It's a beautiful place. So like I had a chance to like separate myself from like the world here. Your phones barely work, so you can kind of like just zone out. And I feel like there I kind of got a little more centered, honestly.
Yeah, but you went from a beautiful place to like, I think one of the best places in the planet,
Yes.
which is San Diego. I always say this, like the best weather there is. I mean, it's
sure.
I lived in Orange County for a while,
Okay,
so I
okay.
wasn't far, but we obviously, you came to Vegas like around the pandemic, after pandemic, right? Or,
Yeah, 2021 we moved
okay,
here. Yeah.
okay. So service, guys are into weightlifting. Obviously, they like to party too, right? So
For sure.
that's
For
something
sure.
that you have to put to the side, right, a little bit to actually get ready for a show. What was the first show that you did?
The Border States Classic.
Okay, which is
the muscle contest.
was Tamer running it then, or did John Lindsay run it?
It
Then?
was John Lindsay still at
Okay.
that time.
And did you fall in love with her immediately, or
I did. To like again.
did you win? Or
I did win.
okay,
That'll do it.
Doesn't lose a lot.
But like when you put your mind to something and you see it come to fruition, I think that'll ignite anybody. So like the fact that I wanted to win this, I put the energy in, and it turned out exactly the way I wanted it. I was like, okay, I can do this.
I know the number, but how many shows have you done total?
But I should probably.
Is it 660 or?
I only keep track of the ones I won.
Oh, how many? Well, how many have you won?
17.
Okay, but
So, but
in
I-
the amateur shows, everything.
So I won
How many shows have you competed in? Do you think?
in total. I was like
You think a high number?
maybe like 25 to
Okay, that
30
many shows.
because like there's obviously I haven't won the Olympia and I've done 7 of those. I've done the Arnold twice. Haven't won any of those. So like that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 45. So that's 25 right there. And I know I tried for my pro card 3 times. So I did 2 national shows before I won it. So that's 26,
And where'd you win the
27.
card?
USA's.
Okay,
So it's about 30. I feel like it's 30.
it's a lot of shows, a lot of experience.
Every
Sure.
time someone has a lot of wins, I want to be like, how many times you get second?
Yeah.
He's got a second quite a few times.
Yeah,
though,
I got
right?
second at Pittsburgh my first time. Couple seconds.
I hold the record of
I was just going to
seconds.
say,
Really?
James the King of second. He got second.
You know, like
six times.
so Cormier got 6 runner-ups, I think, at
Yeah.
Arnold,
Uh-huh.
and 3 were to me. And I've been 6-time at the Olympia
Yeah.
runner-up, and obviously 4 wins, and then obviously losing the title. So on your bucket list, obviously, you did all the amateur shows, pro shows.
Got 2 more to win.
For sure.
Olympia and Arnold.
Yes.
When's the last time you did the Arnold Classic?
2023, I believe.
Okay,
And I got 4th there that year.
so little ups and downs with it, huh?
For sure. Like my first time going, I got 3rd, and second time I got 4th. But the time I got 4th, I understood why. I started prep late, so I wasn't as hard. And that's something I was able to like tell.
What is your mindset though when you train for a bodybuilding show? Like, do you give yourself a certain amount of time to train? Since you, like, just talking to you, like, hey, I don't go crazy with the training because you have to scale back your body's to that point now.
Yeah.
Or are you just coming into your own now where your body's at that level?
I think now I'm coming to my own. Like me doing it intuitively, I understand my body well enough now. Before I would just train. I would even take. I wouldn't take as many rest days, and I think that's when my body started to like blow up too much past the division. But now I feel like I understand it better now.
What do you think your physique though? I mean, as far as I'm just going by, what's the feedback from what you're at today
Okay.
versus before? Because you've been like superior. I feel like, I mean, you turned pro pretty quickly, right? You've won a lot of shows, but what has been the biggest fallback of why you haven't been as, at that top level?
Consistent.
All right, take 2. Hey guys, if you have not heard, I've launched my own TRT clinic. TRT Kingdom is now live. And if you'd like to schedule on consult or get more information, make sure you guys go over, check it out, and let us see how we can help with your health needs.
Click the link below.
Shit.
Say click the link below.
Okay. Click the link below. Yeah.
Yeah. I think from the feedback that I got, it was balanced physique. I feel like my chest overpowered my shoulders a lot. Like that's a critique that I had. Also streamlining my physique, streamlining it for what they want right now. And I think that those are things that I kind of like accomplish, just to streamline it and having that balance throughout my physique.
It's funny, looking at the pictures, and we were talking about this after the show, because, obviously, like, Ali was really favored to win, but we noticed, like, that's one thing, your chest is really full compared to a lot of these guys. And I think that, I'm sure Ryan is looking at that saying, okay, because you have to have that perfect combination when it comes together. So, like, you're saying something that might have been a hindrance is now working to your advantage, because maybe you were able to cap off the shoulders, and that could be from actually adding a little weight and now pulling it back a little bit.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I think the chest has always been a strong point, but for a while it was overpowering. I think for me, I had to enhance the shoulder training, and me coming here actually helped a lot.
Why?
Joey Belts?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like when I got to Dragon's Lair, he kind of seen me training. He was like, "Hey, change these things," and I took it on board, slowing it down, like perfecting the mechanics, and I think that helped my shoulders grow a lot. So me changing my shoulder training to like make it balanced with my chest, I think that helped.
It's amazing that someone, not necessarily a trainer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he helps a lot of people with the posing. Actually, with Christina, we're trying to get her to come on and talk a little bit about her transition, but you take advice. You have to have an open mind to take advice from someone that maybe not has many accolades as you have.
For sure.
That's the one thing about bodybuilding and about your personality, which I noticed is, the men's physique, the guys are very confident. And what I've noticed about your demeanor, even back when, we did the JTV thing, is like you're very reserved with your demeanor, but you have the confidence.
Yeah.
Like, exactly like your position, right? Explain to me like what your mindset is, like looking at the division, looking at your character, like what is your message that you try to put out there? Are you someone that's just, you want to be the best in the world? Are you trying to, do something like just motivate people? I mean, what is giving you the extra motivation to be at that level and keep pushing yourself every single day, you think?
I think it's when you have a certain energy, when you've been given a platform, when you know that you've been favored in a certain way, you know it comes with a reason, it comes with a purpose. So I feel like I was able to identify that, and I know that a big part of it is how I carry myself, because people see it, and you don't want to misuse the platform that you have. So I think life has kind of took me on a journey where when I first started this show, there was ego, a little chip on my shoulder, but I felt like
you have to be a champion
for sure.
A little bit.
Absolutely. And I think for me, I don't let my ego take the driver's seat anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what it's for. I use it as like a tool to get where I need to, because obviously you need that fuel, that fire, but I use it as like a tool to get me there. Like, understanding that there's a reason why I'm allowed to do this.
Because when you go in the gym and you train on like with a mission, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever finish a show like leading into this one saying, I'm going to come in and I'm going to show like everyone what the real physique is? I mean, do you get to that point, or is there like a mindset every time you go in the gym and train? Because people look at men's physique and they're like, oh, those guys don't train hard. You've heard the criticism, right? You've heard
for sure
the division, and maybe, is that a thought process when you move into classic? Like, hey, I want to go in more poses. I mean, because you guys are limited, right? And obviously the shorts have come up. They've gotten tighter.
Yeah.
I've always been an advocate, like he said, like I try to be like, hey, you got the goods. You got to show it, right?
Yeah.
You guys have legs. It's not like you don't have legs. You still train legs. I mean, your workout every week contains a leg routine, I assume once or twice, right? I mean, and it's probably the heavy compound movements.
Absolutely.
So what do you feel about the criticism on men's physique?
Like, okay, so there's a certain level of it that I understand, because when you're dealing with open bodybuilders, when you're dealing with classic, like the amount of work you guys put in, the amount of food you guys put in, I can see how you look at a division that the physique isn't as big and think that they're not doing as much work. But obviously, I feel like at this point, a lot of the top guys, like, they're doing just as much work. They're probably not eating as much food. They might probably not taking as much gear, but the amount of effort they put in is there. You know what I mean? I think for myself, me going into classic, or me attempting to go into classic, was to build a complete physique. There's times where I placed like high, but I didn't personally like the way I looked. I didn't think that I was as complete. So I do go in there with the intention of building a complete physique. So when I step on stage, I can respect what I put up there, and I feel like other people will respect what I put up there as well if I have a complete physique.
Yeah, because I mean, you're training at a hardcore. You're training at dragons. You're
Absolutely.
pushed by bodybuilders, people. I mean, obviously, we have a ton of guys in town and females that are all competitive on that level. And like I said, the mindset is a lot. You have to have the right. I always said that when I met Phil Heath, you know, at a local show, it was more his mindset that impressed me, right?
Yeah.
Because anyone that can shut out the noise and go in and train, and you know, wins like this can be great for your career, but they also can be very hindrance, right?
If you let it weigh you down.
I've had a couple all-time bests that haunted me, right? Because expectations are so high. So someone like you now, you know, coming off a major win like this, all this hype of this one contest you're leading into now, is it pressure? Or do you take some time down now? Or you like, what's your demeanor now since you came back?
To be honest, like me seeing the product that I put on stage, I know I can get better. I know there's certain things that I didn't incorporate. So like I'm excited because I'm like, I know I can turn it up a little more. Like
I was just going to ask what
honestly,
when you look at your physique now, where do you need to improve in your opinion?
Yeah. I think more back density, which is crazy because I feel like that was like one of my strong suits, but it came down a little bit. I think more back density. I also think backstage getting a better pump in my back will like have it show more. So like that's something that I noticed. I think overall I could be a bit sharper. I know I can be a bit sharper, a little
but they
bit
said
drier.
You said you reached the greatest physique that ever hit a stage.
He thinks he can be better.
Yeah,
you know what?
That's tough. Yeah, I mean, like that's what they see, and again, it feels great because it lets me know that I'm on the right track. But I know I could.
Well, because we've heard everything like, oh, the lighting wasn't as good. Or
Yeah.
the background was very blurry. Or
when somebody loses, there's a million excuses. When they win,
yeah,
oh, I'm just good.
It was great there.
But yeah, I can tell when you walk out, your whole presentation is polished, right? So how much do you sit in the posing room at Dragons and you guys go through the routine and like, is there a certain like a Kyron like whole?
Yeah.
Because I noticed you do the whole thing and you do the whole, and the hair's like perfect and all that. Because I know that's part of the judgment.
So
right?
it's yours. So it's yours.
You know what I think we need to do when this is over? I think you need to pretend. I want to see you do his routine.
That'd be kind of fire. That'd be kind of fire.
Exclusive for your YouTube.
How do you come up with this stuff though? Like,
okay, so I'm big on intention.
yeah. Do you take credit or?
3, 4 a.m. in the morning, he's in the mirror, just like practicing.
Because I big on intention. I think
like presentations, like the first come out, like
for
confidence.
sure. Like, and again, over years, I think it was the first Pittsburgh Pro that I won. There was a routine that I was practicing, but then I was also thinking, okay, I don't really typically see these kind of moves on stage, and I don't want to do too much, and then I get docked for it. So I literally right before
He hates it sometimes. Yeah.
right before I got on stage, I was like, am I going to do what I practice, or I'm going to just like keep it? Oh, sorry, am I going to do what I practice, or I'm going to keep it basic to like not do too much? So it's really like, I'm going to listen to fear, or I'm going to do what I practice. And literally, as I decided, I walked out and I did the first move. I kind of did it fast too. 'Cause I was like, oh.
You know what his move is? Or?
I couldn't do it, but I
Yeah.
kind of remember. That's funny him saying that because I remember the one year Angelica was going to Olympia. She's like, I'm going to spin on stage, and it was against the rules. And
Yeah,
she's
she's
like,
like,
I'm just going to do it. And she did it, and everyone's like, oh, look what she did. Now all the other girls try it.
I think that's how it goes. That's how it
But
goes.
you got to nail it because if you miss,
for sure.
it's a wrap.
For sure.
I know, but you guys were the highlight of the whole weekend, right?
Yes.
I mean, it was so deep.
Yeah.
I mean, there was, I don't know how many guys could have, been that front runner.
How many guys
right?
were talked about as potential winners in that show?
So it was Banks, Ali, Edvin, and also Vitor, because Vitor did it as well. So it was literally like 5 guys
That could have won.
That felt like, that could be in the top.
We talked about this. I kind of felt there was more hype for men's physique than there was for the open guys.
I think that
that's how I feel,
was a common thought. Yeah.
Does anyone inspire you?
Inspired me.
Did you look at former or, I mean, you mentioned your buddy that
Oh,
got
yeah.
you into it, right? I mean, obviously he inspired you to get in it, right?
Yeah.
And there's a reason. I mean, probably when you got up on stage for the first time, people like, whether it was someone that wasn't even a competitor that like, dude, you got the goods. I mean,
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you look at? Do you look at any of the, even like in the other divisions, that inspire you as far as other stuff?
Absolutely. Like people like Frank Zane, just because like me doing a little more research, I've seen that he's like into yoga, and I feel like there's a lot of like the old school bodybuilders, like they were into a lot of things that like I'm into, I feel like, and you see that it's a way more than a physical sport. It's such like an energetic, also Serge Nabret.
Yeah, of course.
Like just like the thing they talk about, like
you know what I'm thinking of right now? When Arnold was like doing ballet. Have you done ballet? Tell the truth.
I've never done ballet.
I think you need to do it now.
So you're a yoga
film it
person.
for you
do
too.
Do yoga here in Vegas? Or?
I don't teach it. Like I have like some of my clients, I'll like send them like
But you go to any
sequences.
classes or anything like that, or just do a lot of the moves?
I do a lot of the moves. Like so, when I got out of the Navy, I went to like a MPTI, it's like a personal training school, and I took a yoga class. So I
Okay.
became an instructor. So like since then, that's something I've incorporated into my life.
There's a whole nother video here. Jay Cutler does yoga.
Let's go.
What's the hardest yoga?
Pose. There's so many. There's so many. Like certain back bends. Like if you really get like deep into it, some of it seems like inhuman.
So you think it's really good to have like an outside energy type, like to put your efforts somewhere else outside of. 'Cause the gym
Absolutely.
can get monotonous, right? I mean,
For sure. I think me taking those 2 years off, I was able to even like dive back into passions that I had before bodybuilding. And I feel like just having something outside of bodybuilding, when you come back to it, you can refocus. And I think just you can refocus on it and you can bring the other things into it. You know what I mean? I feel like, so I'm into music. Before I got into the military, I would do music.
what kind of music?
So I make beats, but also rap. It's a different kind of rap, but it's I make the beats as well. So I'm big on like creating the music as well, and then seeing what I can do on top
So
of
you
it.
have a lot of outside things that you're interests that take time instead of just being pigeonholed into one thing.
For sure. But what I've noticed is that once I start a prep, certain things in your body, like my connection to music isn't as strong. Like it kind of like goes away. What I've noticed, but that's a different story.
That must not be like appealing to you then. Like that's the only hard part about prep then, right?
Yes, like you kind of lose that connection.
If you had the choice, I know you competed a lot. What's a great schedule of the year for you to compete in? Like how many shows? Like is there a particular time of the year that fits in your schedule best?
So it's typically May, October. I feel like those are the months, those are the time frames where I do, like literally I feel like every time I compete in May, I win.
Body
every time
peaks the best.
Yes, and it's crazy how that happens. Like I feel like we all have seasons where like we're at our best, where like the energy is just aligned properly. And I feel like for me it's like May, October-ish time frame.
So a little harder to diet through the holidays and Christmas and all that stuff. He's just saying how his body peaks in May and October, winning shows. And
Yeah.
So here's another random question. What's it going to take to win this year? What do you have to do to take down the champ?
I feel like we got in the formula for like just what things that we need in my system, but also I feel like once you do it intuitively, you can't fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a system where you're following like a certain playbook, so many variables that we pop up that you really can't like control, but if you're doing it intuitively and you're just listening to your body, if you stay aligned, if you stay aligned and you follow your intuition, it's going to put you in the direction you need to be in at each step. And like this is the third show of me doing it this way, and I feel like they've all turned out the way I wanted to. So I feel a lot more confident going into this one. I mean,
yeah, I wonder so you said that this is like the third time doing it. Like why change it if you like, why did you go a different direction with the other times of prep?
okay. It just I wasn't doing it like this. I feel
It's
like
a newer system. It's a newer system?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And just me trying it out at the end of last year, kind of like, all right, I'm gonna do it this way. However it turns out, it's how it turns out. But once it worked, once, twice, now 3 times, I'm like, okay, this is how I need to do
You think
this.
your body's at like a maturity spot now where it just seems to dial down a different way?
For sure. Like I feel like my body knows when it's time. When I start doing cardio, it starts to
How much
transform
cardio
a
do you
little
have
bit.
to do for a show usually?
See, when I first start, I'll like just to get my system running, I'll do the bike, and then as I get closer, when I'm maybe like 4 weeks out, I start hitting the stairs.
And what do? You listen to music when you do this, or
Yeah.
like your music or other music?
I listen to my music sometimes, other music. I listen to frequencies. Just
Did you just do this when you were in Queens? Is that when you got into music or growing up? Or
Yeah. So when I was in Queens, I got into it, and then again I stopped. And then when I got into the military, I got around some people who were doing it as well. So that like it brought it back to me.
That's funny. With all the new, I mean, everyone has different kind of music genre they listen to now, and so
Yeah.
when you guys train at the gym, do you have a training partner now, or who's pushing you these days?
It's either me and her at the gym, or I go by myself. Like sometimes, like certain days, I'll have someone.
You guys train together, or?
Yeah, we'll go at the same time, and if like we're doing the same thing, usually if it's legs, then we'll train together. But we'll do our own thing.
And
I've seen him in the gym a couple times. You're just busy, so I don't.
Okay.
And do you think Vegas is like the hotbed now for? I mean, you trained at the gym before in San Diego.
yeah.
I like the vibe over there.
Yeah,
Do you miss it ever?
I do. I especially now. I feel like we've been in Vegas for a while.
Yeah.
And we had our fun when we first got here, and then we kind of like retracted from like that.
Yeah, of course.
Kind of that energy.
Vegas, yeah.
Everyone does that in Vegas.
you had those 2 years where you're like,
What the hell did I wait?
love
What did I
this.
do? I need to stop.
Why did you guys choose Vegas? Like, what was the deciding factor? You think?
a couple of reasons, like Jacob Frank, he guys
sure,
are
yeah.
global.
Yeah,
So he was like moved out here. He's
Get
like,
out here.
you guys come down here. Also, your money was a little bit further, a little bang for your buck out here. So there's a few factors, and I was in San Diego for 8 years at that point. Wanted to switch up.
And you guys been here for how long now? How many years?
5
Since 2021.
Yeah.
5 years.
And what do you think about all the gyms here? I know you train at tend to stick to the same thing, but it's become like the hotbed now.
For sure, it's so big for fitness, and not even just fitness, like bodybuilding. I think it's good because it's changing like the climate here, changing like the environment. Nightlife is obviously still strong, but it's like this new wave of like health and fitness that's here as well. So I like it. It gives people like variety to train at.
Yeah, I think we ask a lot of people like why they come, and
Yeah.
you ever mention to people like you're in Vegas and they're like, "Wow, you guys live in what's it like?"
How
living
can
in
you
Las
handle it
Vegas?"
there?
Yeah.
It's too crazy.
But
No, it's not.
If you just take yourself out of it and just kind of
course.
stay, then
Listen, Vegas is crazy for about a 2 mile by about a half a mile section.
yeah,
If you don't go there, it's like a small suburb.
Yes.
Because think about it, outside of the casinos and a couple buildings, there's probably not a building over 5 stories.
Yes.
It's just a big suburb.
very true.
It's chill.
And
Very true.
how do you react to social media as far as like, is it something that you've been able to take? I'm obviously doing YouTube and things like that, building a fan base, people, what's the reaction to like people all along? I mean, you've had great success, you have a lot of fans from all around the world. I mean, that's the one thing we talk about fitness is it's the reach is incredible, right? I
Absolutely.
mean, you've traveled to, how many different cultures have you been to?
Have
Have you been to like Korea and those places that it's popular?
I have not. Like that's I need to get my passport, and there was like some issues. I had to get like my.
Oh boy, he's one of them guys with no passport.
Okay, so
Hey, you were in the military. You have no
I was
excuse.
adopted, so I had to get my birth certificate. It took a while. So there's some, but I'm working on it. I promise.
You got to get overseas, man, especially.
I know.
I'm going overseas next week. Try to get out as much as I can.
Jesus, where you guys going next week?
Italy.
Oh,
He goes to Italy.
Rimini Wellness Fitness Show. Expo.
Gotcha. Okay.
Italy.
Yeah. Obviously, I've traveled a ton over there, but the men's physique division is explosive in these all overseas, and especially in Asia. And
Well, yeah, that's something I noticed. Like I guess the fan base, the support,
Yeah.
especially like China and those Asian countries. Like it's crazy. Like, I've been told to go there several times.
so, as following the Olympia, right, chasing down the Olympia title, you've been knocking at the door now. It's in Vegas. I mean, we kind of moved that thing around a little bit now, and being based here. What are your expectations as you lead into that now with your physique? As far as do you feel like he asked you a question of like, what do you have to do? I mean, realistically, you just show up like you just did, not really change much, and I mean, you're going to have great results, right?
Is that enough to win?
I-
Your opinion.
Well, until he stands next to him,
I do think it's enough to win, but I do understand that people got to see it now. They got to see what it is they have to like beat. So I think everyone's going to turn up a little bit. So I can show what I just did, but again, I did see areas of my physique where I could improve on, where it's like it just shuts the door. That's how I feel.
And you obviously, you have a coach who's been coaching you for quite a while. When you have a coach, there's someone. Do they do training advice or more nutritional aspect?
It's more at this point. It's more just keeping my head straight, because he gives me the free reign to like control my nutrition, but he'll let me know, okay, it's time to add that, it's time to turn that up.
Is that a hard thing for you, like the nutrition, like trying to balance, especially like now you come off a show and not overeating, or you still stay on like a pretty solid regimen?
So right after the show, I'll allow myself to eat, but again, I'm not like a foodie person. Like I rather
not either, yeah.
So I don't like to eat too much. I'll eat when I'm hungry, especially right now. But when it's time to like get a little bit more structured, I know I have to eat at a surplus for this amount of time, and then be at a.
And do you have a travel schedule? Like, do you have to travel to any events coming up, or?
So I'll be traveling to Legions.
Okay.
But again, I'm still chilling at this point.
They couldn't get you to come over and compete again over there? He tried, didn't he?
He didn't try.
Oh, okay.
I've had other competitors.
Chris is always like, you know.
I think he hits all of us.
What's the next? When's Legions?
The 30th.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the end of the month. So it's coming up.
Mm-hmm. So I have a client competing there. I've had other competitors try to get me to compete. Like, hey, do it. But
So you're coaching?
Yeah.
Online or just in person? Or?
So I do both online and in person. A lot of my guys are online right now.
And what divisions do you coach?
Mostly men's physique.
Okay.
Those guys will reach out to me.
Females also, or?
No, I have one female client, and she handles it. I let her handle the female clients.
Yeah, it's so with men's physique, I mean, it's the whole aspect of like posing, and like, do you do like video calls, like teaching them about posing and whatnot? Because the presentation's important, right?
Yes.
And are you one of these people that have kind of, looked at like a front and a back pose, and do you think the division will ever transition to adding any posing? Especially, like, I feel like you guys have got so much bigger. I mean, even since you started, are you shocked at how much the transition, like the physiques have improved?
The level of how like detailed, how much muscle, just like it's gotten crazy. There's like guy Dillison, so just when I just see his physique, it's just so much compact muscle on there. But it is crazy how like how advanced the physiques have gotten. It is wild.
And when you look at a physique, I mean, like Aaron Banks, right? Taller guy. I mean, you beat him. Did you know you were going to beat him when you went to Legions that time?
I had a feeling. Again, cause like that was a year where I was getting ready for Classics, so I was focused more on legs during that time. But I was so on point with just the training. I felt like the muscle quality was like on point at that time.
What do you feel like is the ideal height? Because I know for me, like, I'm 5'9" as a bodybuilder, so like, it's funny. I loved being that height when I was a bodybuilder because it was like it kind of fit what it was. But now I feel like short compared to everyone, And luckily, I haven't shrunk as much as some of the guys. Like I feel like as you get older, he wears heighted shoes, but
he wears heighted shoes. He's 5'10" and a half.
He was 5'10" and a half. He was taller than me.
5'8" now.
I was 5'9".
The spine.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So
we're gonna get hated on for that.
So no. I always give him shit about that because
he started that up.
Yeah. What do you think is the ideal height structure? Or you feel like? I mean, I think the guys with shorter would be at a disadvantage, right?
Again, it depends on who they stand next to. I feel like obviously Ali is in a really good spot because that compact muscle, and if you're able to put everything together really well, it's all there. You look big enough, and you look big enough because you have like that compact muscle, so you have it there. But I also think I think 5'10" is like a perfect height because you're not super tall, so you don't look lanky at all.
And what's your height?
5'10".
Okay. Yeah.
5'10" and 3/4. So I feel like I'm in that perfect
you drop,
spot.
You drop.
See, the truth is, he just said it's the perfect height because that's his height.
Yeah.
He set that up just perfect. Oh,
I think
I just so happen to be 5'10" as well.
Hey,
he's the same as you.
Well, I was 5'9". Yeah.
Okay.
I used to stretch it though. I'm not gonna lie. You're
5'9".
trying to actually take it down a little bit, which is
what?
Like you always said, you're 5'10" and 3/4. So.
You might want to hide that because that means you're not 5'10".
Ronnie Coleman was
okay.
I think Ronnie Coleman was 5'11". Yeah.
Got you.
So was Lee Haney and
okay. See, that's
those guys.
Good height.
Those guys inspired me in the beginning, even though like my physique wasn't like a Haney's, right? I mean, but he was so dominant. That's why I asked you, like, when someone wins. Like, Jeremy Buendia was on this podcast, and obviously, like, people looked at him as, like, the GOAT because he kind of set the whole division. And then you have Brandon, who came along and won 3 or 4. And then now Ryan, who started strong, fell back a little bit, and found himself. And now there's this talk of, he's a little older than a lot of the guys, right? And what's his next position going to be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is he going to keep going, or, you look at that, and I mean, do you look at do people ever talk about the GOAT status, and how would you look at that? Do you think a guy that I look at, like Flex Lewis, who won 212 Olympia 7 times, look at Phil Heath, who won 7 Open.
Yeah.
Like, people look at the GOAT status, it's different. Like, what is it like winning Arnold's Olympia? Is it only Olympia that you make that judgment on, you think?
I feel like GOAT status is obviously your dominance in competing, but also feel like it's like the weight your name carries. Like, if you haven't been in no bulls, like any bullshit, you just carried yourself well. No one can say anything bad about your name. I feel like that also lends to like GOAT status. So yeah, it's your dominance in the field and the way you carry yourself, like off the stage.
I feel like that's like you've kind of kept that neutral. Like, I asked you like who you kind of associate with and whatever, and you're just kind of in your lane doing your thing. And that's exactly, man, I was so driven every day to go to the gym and kind of focus on the goal. And we talked about, like, you win a show and it's like, okay, now I just take that and go back to business. And now maybe you get back into the music and you focus on your clients, you go into Legions for that. Do you want to expand that business? I mean,
Absolutely.
Take what you've kind of learned from the stage. Do you think you learn more every single time you get on stage?
I feel like every prep is like a different. It's like a different. Every prep is like a new mixtape or a new book.
If I asked you like this one, how challenging was this one compared to the last one? Or
it's okay. Like, since I was doing the intuitive way, this show was a bit bigger, so I felt more comfortable doing it the way I was before. There's smaller shows, so like there was a lot less at stake. This show was a bit bigger, so like me following my intuition. There was days where it's like, okay, I shouldn't train today. Okay, I'm not like don't eat that 5th meal, and like I'm listening to my intuition, just listen to my body, but I'm like, am I fucking this up right now? I don't want to fuck this up. So it was just trusting myself, I think, and that was the challenge with this one. Am I having the faith that what I'm doing is correct?
Yeah.
And I think like that was the challenge for this one, like trusting myself.
So with the people that are around you, I mean, you're backstage. How many guys were in the Pittsburgh show, men's physique?
There was 3. I think there was 3 call-outs.
Yeah,
So-
I think so.
Close
as
to
well.
20? Around there?
Probably.
Maybe
So
a
I
little
think
less.
the first call out was 7 guys, maybe.
Because I remembered seeing on a sheet they showed like this is Group A,
you're
B,
right,
C.
you're
I
right,
think
you're
there
right,
was
you're right,
3, so right around 20.
And you
Maybe
guys,
a little more.
Like, you guys show up backstage, and obviously, like, God, it's been so long since I've been in that aura.
Yeah.
But I always waited to the end to pull my clothes off, and I was never like a super pump up guy.
Yeah.
And with you guys, I mean, you already kind of have to be pumped because the standing pose is like front back is, we would get into poses and obviously get blood, right?
You get to like come alive a little bit while you're posing.
So I think maybe like when you talk about your transition thing, but the demeanor of people backstage, I mean, can you kind of tell when people are on or off that way?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Could you tell people were eyeing you like, wow, like Kyron's on the money?
This time I was able to.
Because I watched all the guys do the interview after, like, Aaron Banks' coach and like George Brown and all those guys, and like they had you clear cut winning, and that must be people told you after the show, right? You did a couple interviews, and what do you feel like when you know you're just on the money, and it's like, man, does it feel so good when you're
absolutely
the confidence and
like you shine on stage is different. You know what I mean? Like it's a different aura you go on stage.
So when
with.
you come back for the night show, it's just so much easier to go through. And did you kind of know when they were making the announcement by that point?
Okay, so I got a little worried the last minute because like they didn't move me during prejudging, and then at finals like they moved me and him the last minute. So I was like
to different like on each side.
Went backstage. So I was like, what's gonna happen right now? And then they ended up calling me, but I was a little worried for a second.
Were you worried or never? Okay. Not at all, huh? What time's your day start usually? She says something about 4 a.m. What do you mean 4 a.m.?
So I'm a night owl. So it's either, again, I feel like nighttime.
You go to bed at 4 a.m. or
I'll go to bed like at 5 and I'll wake up at like 11.
I used to train in the middle of the night to avoid people.
I did when I first moved to Vegas. I'd train at 1 or 2 in the morning.
my beginning stages of bodybuilding, I was doing it because I would work nights. So like when I work nights, I would like just go to the gym after. So I'm getting up at 10:30, and then I'll go home, change, eat something, and then I'm going to the gym at 1 a.m. So like my beginning of bodybuilding, it was like those late night hours. So I'm used to like either training late.
Yeah, when I tried, well, Ronnie Coleman was the same. He used to work overnight as a cop.
That's
So
crazy.
we would literally, I mean, we would fly into appearances, and he would, we would show up at 6 o'clock, go to dinner, and he would be ready to train at like 10 p.m. Like nothing, and he'd be in the corner squatting, 7 plates or whatever, and we'd go eat after, and it's like 2 a.m. and it was nothing for him. I said, "What are you going to do?" He said, "I'd go back and he'd answer emails to the fans,
That's crazy.
at 2 in the morning." So he was up until 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then he'd wake up at like 10 or 11 and kind of start the day again. So what time you usually train over at the gym most of the time?
At Dragon,
Afternoon?
I'll get there like late afternoon. But again, some days I won't get in there until 7, 8. We're late trainers. She don't like training late, but we're late trainers.
Yeah, some people it's hard, right? After so many, like if you train with more food in you, I'm sure the result is a lot better. Because I thought 4 meals was the most beneficial. I can tell you that I put on the most size after training 4 meals deep, where I prefer to train after meal 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I like to not have any kind of chaos in my life, which happens every single day, even when I was competing that way. I got my head into other things, and I really wanted it into the training because the training was very, very methodical, right?
Gotcha.
So everyone's routines are always different, but you have to listen to your body too. Mm-hmm. And that's probably the hardest part for, I think, a top athlete is like you get in a systematic approach and you have great result, and it's like, your body does shift.
So you can't just keep following that.
Was that the way it was in California too? Like when you trained at the gym, was it open 24 hours or was it 20?
No, okay. So TG wasn't 24 hours,
Okay.
but it would close late. It would close like 10:30, 11 or something like that. So it would be open late, but it wasn't 24 hours. I don't
Is
believe.
Dragon's Lair 24 hours?
It closed at 11.
Oh, it does. But that's
most of the gyms aren't. There are a couple like Fit Club has the 24-hour access. You just put your phone by it and it opens.
I
they
moved
shut
here
down
for the
at
24-hour gyms though, because Orange County, the gyms
They all close.
they closed, even Sundays they closed at 4 o'clock. And as a top professional, like you're just gonna go when your body kind of tells you sometimes.
And that's what I liked about living in San Diego. The 24-hour fitness, you always have that. I would train there most of the time. Like I didn't start training at TG until like later in my bodybuilding.
Do you hear from like military guys you were friends with or served with that see your success now?
Absolutely. Like
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good because again, a lot of them see me when
You were in some tougher times.
for sure. So like it's dope to like for them to see it, and like I know it's in their mind sometime.
Were you planning to be a lifer of the Navy or like when you started, when you joined?
For a little bit, I think things happen for a reason. Like if I didn't, because you have to take rating exams to like rank up each time. I made rank first time up each time, and even when I got in trouble, I still made rank. But they waited until the results came out and then took my recommendation. So, but if I didn't get in trouble, I would have made it up each time. So I probably would have stayed in the Navy. But
You might not have been doing this, is what you're saying.
Probably not.
So this is the first person that said a negative. A good thing a negative happened because it turned a positive.
Yeah.
It's always a silver lining in everything. You can find it if you want.
Absolutely.
Did you join the service right out of school? Is that why you started, or?
So, I didn't want to join the service. Again, when I got out of high school, I was kind of like messing around a little bit. Didn't like have anything that I transitioned to right after. So, my sister, who was like taking care of me at the time, like her once I got in trouble, like being out, like when I got out of high school, it was like, hey, either you go to the military or you get out. and again, I thank her for that as well because it gave me so much structure. Like I needed that.
But it sounds like bodybuilding gives you that though too.
Absolutely.
Because it's so routine, right? I mean, it's like I said, every day is methodical going in and surrounding yourself with that positivity. I mean, it's something that really helped me. I went to college and I wasn't really sure, and then I found weight training, and it was a great stress reliever for me. And it transitioned into a crazy career. I mean, I never planned on. You don't plan on being a professional. I mean, they didn't. The division just started. 13 was 13 the first Olympia. Yeah, Mark Anthony was the first one.
Okay.
And I remember he was like, I'm like, hey, you need to do this division because this fits you better. You know, he wasn't a big guy. And,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, open bodybuilding, you know, I'm sure you probably looked at that at one point and think, maybe I'll transition to that. But the guys are so damn big, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Heath was winning
You're trying to
Olympias then.
convince him to.
No, I think it's, you know, what he's doing, he's dominating this.
Yeah,
division.
yeah.
I mean, having, you know, almost the record of pro wins. I mean, you look at like someone like, who's the girl we had on?
Ashley.
Ashley.
Oh, yeah.
51.
That's,
How many has she won?
crazy.
55.
That's crazy.
I don't care what division it is. It's crazy.
That's crazy. But I think she just know, again, she's probably at that position where she knows her body well. She don't have to. She doesn't probably get off being in shape too far from where she needs to be.
She stays within 3 pounds.
So why not? This is your job at this point. So why not just run it up?
And she's had great success at it. I mean, she was
Absolutely.
another one that like
She won
fell
early.
down and then came back. And I mean, she's been knocking at the door there the last few years, you know?
Yeah.
So you went to the big challenge yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
What was the feedback you got there? Did you get a lot of respect from the big dudes? Or?
I feel like a lot of them like know who I am, and so that's dope. And just Tarek, I feel like Tarek has. My first show was Muscle Contest, and he seen me when I got third at USA. So he's been in my career for a long time. So he always wants to include me when I do well. You know what I mean? So it's good to have his energy because he just see me from when I began.
They couldn't set up a like challenge with one of the guys local here, or what?
I think initially like that whole challenge is for like the open guys and the classic guys. So I don't think they had any like men's physique guys
but
who
give you guys some respect, man. You know,
It'd be dope. It'd be dope. He told me to do it. I felt good being there.
They should have had him and Brandon. Brandon's local.
I feel like
It's
that.
not like he's not fighting for the title.
for sure. So I think that'd been fun.
Well, you know what? Maybe you and him should just do your own then.
Maybe
Jay will film it.
yeah.
Jay the cameraman.
I like that.
We create stuff on
that'd be
this
dope.
podcast. Jay Cutler.
I don't like to cause a lot of controversy. You know, you know, we weren't sure if you're going to come on and say I'm coming to take the title from Ryan Terry because he's such a respectable guy.
He is. He just seen him this week, and he gave me so much love, so much props. And again, his journey is commendable because it may turn out to be very similar to mine, where you've been knocking at the door, you kind of dip a little bit, and then you come back and you win it. So there's a lot of respect there for him. A lot of respect.
Yeah, I mean, I traveled with him before he really made it big when he first came on the scene, and you know, being an English guy, right? I mean, those guys. I would travel with him in India for the first time, and you know, he was such a humble dude. And I feel like he's kind of stayed the same, and he's so respectful. And I mean, he went out to both shows to watch New York and to Pittsburgh to support it. Did you eye in on like the New York show to see how the guys were looking? Like,
I did.
Check it out.
I did. I was impressed with Edvin because again, he's another guy who I was just seeing kind of come up and just watching him pose, like his poise, like it's.
What did he place? Third, fourth?
I
At
think
Pittsburgh.
he plays third. He was third, yeah.
And Banks was
Banks is fourth, yeah.
Okay. Did that surprise you, or because I know he was better than a lot of the shows now, right?
For sure. Me seeing everyone on stage, like me seeing the pictures in between, Edvin was on. You know what I mean? It just Banks was a little off, and that could be a big difference when everyone is like hitting. It can stand out.
What is the most thing that a men's physique guy looks for, like on like a guy's? I mean, it's front and back pose, but like the back development has gotten more. But is it like a lot of the midsection? Because Ali's got that. Like, he's got that crazy. What do you even call it?
It's etched abs. The abs
Looks
just
like stone.
yeah.
But they criticized his back, like up to now. Like he's made some improvements, but is it more like because you obviously have the best V taper, and that's obviously how they judge. I think classic physique's the same way, actually, like the X factor. Do you think that, like, because your eyes go so much on that midsection that it kind of influences the judges, like? That's so impressive. I mean, is it one of the best front shots, or?
I think for Ali, it's just a very good front shot.
But is Terry's better?
Okay, when I seen them both on stage for Olympia, my eyes kept going to Ali's front shot. Obviously, when they turn around to the back, it was Ryan all day. But and I think that's what it came down to. But I also think that Ryan edged him out in conditioning last year. So, just
Ryan seems to always come in like great condition, you know, and that's kind of what your whole aspect is now to you got the shape and the condition was, and you think you still can be better than that? How do you get better though, Kyron? Like, how do you, like, is it nutritional? Is it maturity? Is it cardio? Like, cause everyone thinks, okay, I work a little harder, or like, I'm saying like the outside, the people.
I'm just trying to see if I want to say this.
Like, because I know for me, like, sometimes the effort wasn't as much and the physique came out better.
Yeah,
it was like lack of, I wasn't stressed. There's a lot of variables. I think, like you said, is it because it's May? Is it like a certain time, like I found a system in my body? Is it like I took enough time off, like where I rested?
I'm very minimal on the thing that I use, very minimal. And I feel like this thing that I didn't incorporate, but if I look back at certain shows when I did incorporate it, okay, I like this look a lot.
Less variables to play with, which is positive.
For sure. So I didn't use certain things for the past 3 shows, and I see how I came in. I like the way I came in. I feel like I've pulled it well together with what I use, but I feel like, okay, and I know when I use that it gave me an extra little quality. So I think now combining what I know now and then that's kind of what my mindset is. And I also think the back density.
Let me ask you something.
If that makes sense.
Could you be better than that?
He has a hand.
Yeah. I think 01 was better, but
could you be better than 01?
What he's saying, and I'll just kind of like, I don't talk deep on it, but I always overdid things in fear of if I miss, like he's saying he made an adjustment and did a little less because like he expected a better result. But me being Mr. Olympia or being like the top guy for so long, being second, like I was second for so many times.
You didn't gamble.
I didn't gamble. I said, I gotta just, the same pattern has to be the same. And sometimes like what I'm saying to you is everyone is going to be in your ear now and telling you what you need to do when you have it. And that's what's going to separate you with the champion mindset that I'm talking about. I've sat here with a ton of champions, but I see it in your demeanor as you have the tunnel vision quality.
Yeah.
And that is going to make you the best that you can be.
Absolutely.
And not listening to the noise, because there's a lot of noise.
Thank you.
Too much.
Too much noise and too many like recommendations, right? So when I'm asking you these questions on like I'm curious to know, like how can you be better? Do you do more cardio? Like, I mean, because I'm sure some days, like I know for me, like I wasn't set on I'm 45 in the morning, 45 at night. Like we'd make the adjustments on, okay, you're done. I remember like I trained with Chris Aceto or Hani Rambod through my career. And I remember like we were 10 weeks out in 01, which was arguably one of my best shapes ever. At 10 weeks, they said, okay, no more cardio. And I'm like, bro, like, wait. 6 weeks I've been doing cardio now. I start at 16 weeks. My prep always starts 16 weeks out.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, you're done. And I'm thinking, okay, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, you're just going to eat like higher carbs and your body's just going to do the work now. And I'm like, wow, okay. And I trusted his judgment, but my physique just got better and better. And I ate, 600 to 1,000 grams of carbs a day, but my body was so fast. I was training twice a day then.
Yeah.
No one does that anymore.
Nah, I heard you talking about this.
Yeah. So I just, it was the thing. I mean, that's what I learned from like Chris Cormier and Flex Wheeler and all those guys trained twice a day when I was following all the magazines.
Yeah.
So for me, I just kind of picked up that routine. And for me, it kept me from doing a lot of cardio because Chris Aceto was always cardio is counterproductive, which now I feel like bodybuilding has turned into guys do cardio in the off season to stay eating and keeping your body and the metabolism up, right? But I would train twice a day to do that because listen, you're going to burn more calories or keep the metabolism faster.
And keep the muscle.
Yes. So it's more productive to do weight training. And people don't realize how much that triggers metabolism, right? When you're getting that pump and to hold the pump, it's a lot of work on your body, right? More than being on a treadmill or step mill or I don't know what your cardio intensity is, but mine was never a lot.
I'll start at 8 and then, but again, this is as I get closer. I'll start at 8 and then I'll go up to 9 every 10 minutes and then I'll go to 10 and I'll just like step it out because I know I'm burning.
So you're doing the steppers or the step mill?
I don't get.
Do you have one at your house or?
I have a bike at my house. I'll start the bike when I first start prep just to kind of get it going.
Why do you think the step mill? If I'm going to ask you as a trainer, you're a trainer, a coach, what is the best cardio to do?
I feel like to get to that that peeled level, the Stairmaster. That's just what I've just through experience.
Do you know it didn't exist in my early years?
It didn't?
No, I mean,
Okay,
Ronnie Coleman made the Stairmaster the thing because
Gotcha.
he had the crazy glutes and hamstrings, and then Phil Heath did it.
Yeah.
All those guys, Dennis James was doing it, and I mean, Dexter was always just shredded. Dexter,
Yeah.
I don't. And Flex Lewis, I mean, he'll tell you he walked outside, he had striated, glutes and whatever. Some people just genetically are gifted like that.
Yeah.
But I believe the step mill. I have step mill elliptical bike and a treadmill at my house, and it always, when I'm trying to get in the best condition and to get like my best looks, I think the step mill is.
You'll sweat so much more. Again, like you'll develop the glutes. Even for me, my calves, I'll develop that a little more too because you're stepping. So
do they judge the calves though? Is a question.
They don't. I can't grow them like that, but I keep them shapely.
They don't. They don't judge it in open bodybuilding either. No.
Really?
No, I don't feel they did. I mean,
wow.
I had calves, but
Okay.
I always thought my calves were better than Ronnie Coleman.
When's the last time you heard of a show go? He won because his calves were
Well,
better.
Dexter Jackson didn't have huge calves, and he beat me at the Mr. Olympia. So
I can. I think it's a genetic thing.
do you follow any of the open bodybuilding stuff?
I do. Like I'm a fan of Andrew Jacked. I'm a fan of saying.
When you saw him yesterday, did he impress you? Or at the he guest posed when you guys were there, right?
So he guest posed. I think he guest posed
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
guys would-
and I flew out Sunday.
Oh, okay.
But
You've seen him at Dragons.
yeah,
before, though,
when he
right?
first started to train, when he first started to compete, he was training at Dragons. I'm a fan of his physique. It's very it's an athletic build as well, but it's just very, very shredded, very detailed. I'm a fan.
He
of
looked
his physique.
incredible at the guest posing. What did he look like at the gym yesterday?
I think when he was training initially, he still was like clothed, so I didn't really get to see like how his physique looked. But I did see him seen pictures and videos of him guest posing like peeled even right now. It's kind of crazy.
Did he talk to you or?
Oh yeah, we actually seen him at Target the day before the show. I took it as an omen. Like when you see someone who's won right before the show, and that tends to happen. Like,
And did he know you were obviously competing, front runner, and
yeah, we had a little conversation.
I saw everyone congratulating you on the plane, like getting on the plane and stuff, right? You guys were on the same plane flight, or
No,
people?
I was on the arriving flight with another competitor and this lady, but leaving I didn't see anybody.
Oh, I thought there was a bunch of people who get on a plane, or I thought that's the mailman. Oh, that's that normal guy, or yeah. Oh, okay.
He comes and talks to us.
Like they're doing something.
No, he knows we shoot a podcast.
Gotcha.
He knows everything going on in Vegas.
That's what I mean.
He's our guy.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he's gonna find out because he'll watch the podcast. So
Yeah.
he'll
Like, oh,
say,
that's
Hey, that guy in there
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I should have said hi.
Yeah, because like we had Dana White, and
Oh, okay.
and so everyone in Vegas was, oh my God, you had Dana White on, and the president,
crazy.
the president called White. He was on the phone right
Yeah.
here.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he called.
That's
Right?
cool.
So he was sitting.
Yeah,
he was
no,
sitting
he-
where you are, and he's like, "Hold on, Mr. President," and he walked right here and talked.
Right here, and he
Yeah.
was negotiating the
With Trump,
the,
The
deal
fight
for
is
the
happening.
UFC.
Yeah.
We were like, holy shit, that's really happening. And we couldn't say anything. Yeah, and we're just sitting there. I'm sitting here with my head down like, holy shit, I can hear everything.
That's crazy. Bodybuilding put you in these in this.
No,
in
and,
these circles,
and
you know what I
that's
mean?
the
That's
one
kinda crazy.
thing, man. Like, I've been removed now. I retired in 13,
Mm-hmm.
and we do this podcast, and I get to interview like champions like yourself, and it brings me back a lot. A lot of the reason I like doing it, I'm truly interested in what makes someone do what they do, because it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. But the discipline, when you have the discipline, you can be very successful at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't realize how many people you influence. And how many, that's why I asked you about your social media, and you're talking about your analytics now. And we try to get into people's personality a little bit, because it's so motivating for people these days, because people look on social media and they choose to follow people maybe for shock value, or people truly like to listen to what someone says, or someone maybe wants to get on the stage for the first time, or the overcoming odds. Like you sharing that you started bodybuilding for hey, I was in trouble and whatever else.
Escaping negativity.
That's a great story, because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that side, and it's great that you share it, and you don't ever be embarrassed about that, because a lot of people go through that stuff.
That's like a common story right here. People just kind of going through a dark time, and then bodybuilding helps them out of it, or just kind of give them something else to focus on. So I hear that often.
And I'm sure like this journey hasn't been easy for you, right? There's shows like you said, you're like you do extremely well, and then you like falling back to fourth is. I know I finished 6th at my last Olympia, and it's like it was like one of the worst places, but it was very humbling for me, right?
I think I did too, my last one.
Really?
It was 6 or 7.
But that's a deep fall from being not second or whatever else, or knocking at the door. So for me, it's to interact with people no matter what the level is, and since your division is the most popular, I mean, you guys have to hold your head high about that because you guys are setting the whole standard. I know Open has gotten all the attention, but did you pay attention to the Open show?
I think I watched the Open show. I seen
because it was on the same day as you guys, right?
I think they went on right before us, so I just seen Antonio Burton and Crizzo go on. But
what'd you think?
I'm a fan of Antonio's physique. It's very etched. Obviously, it's bodybuilding, so like they want you to have the size. So I kind of understand them giving it to Crizzo, but he's just very polished.
Did Crizzo look massive?
Compared to Tony, he does. He
but he did improve a lot from the week before, and his posing improved a lot. Just like you guys. I mean, you can improve posing to really.
That's in your control.
Yes, once you learn your angles, your physique could be what it is, but if you know how to pose well, you can make it stand out so much more. And that's
has your posing changed a lot since? Because obviously you put on more muscle, but like it has. Yeah, it make a huge difference. And listen, I say that and respectfully, like you guys are doing 2 poses, right? But so the people are like, well, how much can you actually change, right? I mean, it's not like doing a bodybuilding thing where you're, you front double, your arms are high or low, or tip the biceps back, all that kind of stuff.
I think with men's physique, like when I first started competing, I would do just straight on. And just over years, you get more muscle, you learn the angles that suit your physique better. And now I do an angle pose. And I think it's so much better. Just over the years, I posed differently so many different times. And
so, like Ryan Terry does this, right? Does that look? But does he do? Is that his pose?
I'm trying to think.
So, did you stand like that a lot of shows?
I did when I first started, just like that. Yeah.
So you're not doing it at all anymore?
Because again, I feel like I don't have the naturally symmetrical abs. But my obliques are sharp, so if I do an angle pose, it just looks a lot better, a lot more aesthetic, and you just learn over time what suits your physique best. Again, as your physique changes.
Yeah, the judges must give you feedback on that, though.
For sure.
And did you ask them your opinion on this show?
Tyler came to me. He was like, "If you can do that again, you got it. Just bring what you just did."
They always say that, but then it comes down to what everyone else looks like, bro. Because like you just talked about Edman and all these guys. What if they improve? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You just don't know because it's so many. It's a different stage, different time, end of the year. But you can do it again. That's the main thing.
I think so. I know so.
What are you going to do for fun now? Now that you're off for
a little bit. I want that connection to come back. That music connection, because it kind of went away. But I want that to come back and just spend some time with her. Like, have some time off the gym.
Such a selfish business, right? When you train for a show, I mean.
For sure.
How many weeks did you guys do? How many weeks was the plan?
This prep, I think it was about 10 weeks.
Okay.
Like
of hardcore.
For hardcore. So I was thought about doing it, and then like once you actually made the decision, like press the button, it was probably like 12 weeks, and then started to like really kick up. 10.
He was a music guy. You know that, right?
Really? What, did you play an instrument?
I was an agent in the music industry.
Were you really?
Toured all over the world with anyone you can imagine.
That's fire. Okay.
Did you used to watch Rap City or 106 in Park?
Absolutely.
I managed Mad Links for 7 years. I went all over the world.
That's crazy.
There's nobody in the music industry I can't get a hold of. That's to this day.
Yeah, so
that's insane, bro.
So Little John.
I'm gonna have Little John come on here soon.
Yeah, he's doing men's physique. I've
seen that. The Muscle Beach one he just did. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
When he comes out here, he's gonna film a documentary, and he said he'll come to the podcast and come train with us.
That's
yeah.
Fire.
He totally changed his lifestyle. Same kind of thing. You know, I mean,
I actually had Little John do Phil Heath's intro in the 2013 Olympia.
That's crazy.
Chickalillo spoke over it when it was an intro he did for him.
Yeah,
and sent it in.
That's fine.
Yeah. So when we linked up, you know, he was still kind of dabbling in the music industry,
Uh-huh.
but you know, fitness, like as for someone that travels and, you know, being around it, there's a lot of chaos, right? I think music was 10 times worse than fitness though.
I do hear that. I listen to like a lot of podcasts that talk about the music industry and just how it could be predatory in a sense, like just with labels, whatnot. Like it can be.
I'll
It
give
can
you an
be.
example.
It's-
If him and I go on the road, it's him and I. If I went on the road with Akon or Ludacris, there's 15 people.
I get
And
you.
they all have their own agenda. And I'm responsible.
It can be nasty.
Did you
but
do Boston Pro?
I never did.
Oh,
I never
okay.
did. No.
Because Akon came and performed there.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Which I thought was pretty awesome, you know. And he got like when he saw Akon, he's like, "Hey," when it was like, "Hey, man," like, I hadn't seen him in years. Because I listened to Akon back in the day.
2015, I think, was the last time I toured with him.
Yeah. How's tour life?
You know, I did it for 10 years, so
Yeah.
I was just used to it.
Gotcha.
But my health was failing because sometimes you leave the house, you don't come home for 2 months.
You can't eat properly. You can't sleep properly.
And I don't sleep as is.
Yeah.
Like you laugh when you say, I'll go to sleep at 3 in the morning
probably
and then I get up at 4.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you can only do that so long. Your body
start
just
breaking
can't.
down.
My last tour was actually 2014 with Neo. I toured
Okay.
around Asia, and after that, I was done. I just
got
couldn't
you.
do it anymore. And then I left and
Understandable.
went on the road with him and Phil.
Okay.
Yeah, and then obviously now he like, you know, we started doing all like he does a lot of stuff with me, but so you spend a lot of time with so it's pretty cool. You don't maybe not listen to all the fitness podcasts. You listen to more of the
I listen
like
to a lot of
DJ stuff and
music podcasts, but I do listen to some of the fitness stuff. But it's a mixture. It's a mixture.
because I listen to like everything, like real estate and like what do you?
Finance, real estate,
Yeah.
world politics, just because I go all over the world a lot.
So you gotta know
This
the
is going
climate of
to
places.
be my 4th trip to Europe since January.
Gotcha.
And then this year I still have to go to China several times. I still have to go to South Africa. I still have to go to Turkey. And like I have a
Jesus.
lot of stuff coming up. So you have to pay attention on what's happening around the world. Like I have to know what's going on. So
That makes sense.
It's a little
I
chaotic
listen
right
to
now.
it every day to know, okay, maybe I shouldn't go here. Like we have to go overseas next week, and there's certain layovers. Like you can't have a layover in this country just in case something happens.
Yeah.
So you have to reroute and take different.
Is there any places on your
that's a lot
bucket
of
list to
things.
go to though when you're able to?
Definitely want to go to Japan. Want to go to China. I want to go to Bali. I
wanna
think
go to
that'd be
Bali,
dope.
too. I can see you as a Bali guy.
for
You
sure.
know,
like it.
Ali stayed there for a while, I think.
Yeah, after one of the Olympics.
Yeah,
he
last
went up
year,
there
I
for a
think.
little while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go back to Bali maybe beginning of the year. next
Okay.
next year.
Okay. Australia. I'm gonna go to Australia. I feel
Australia's
like
great.
that'd be
That
fun.
was one of my bucket list places. Everyone always asks me my favorite places. And, you know, we went to Germany this year. I mean, he's like you said, Italy's cool. Australia, I haven't been in years because since the pandemic, but it's the nicest people and bodybuilding culture is really big there. They start super young. That's one thing that surprises me now is the youth that's come into this now, because 10 years ago, 20 years ago, like it wasn't that demographic. Now they're like 11, 12, 13-year-old kids that
At the
the
gym.
parents are bringing them. Yeah, which is nuts. Because I didn't start till I was 18. What age did you actually start?
My first show was 2014, so 24, 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't start until late myself. So
Like I literally joined the gym on my 18th birthday, but I didn't have any kind of discipline before that. Like, meals, you have to eat chicken. I didn't know what protein and carbs really consists of, right? And that, I mean, I was eating 7 times a day
yeah,
at my peak, and I was eating 5 pounds of meat a day. So you can imagine the amount of food that's why I think with the open class, I think you guys are as strict, but maybe don't have to engorge so much food, you know?
and I feel like that's the hardest part. To like push food into your body when you don't want to.
What's the best thing you had since the show?
The best thing we plan on going to like a nice restaurant today, but we meant to book it for today, but it's not until next Wednesday. We just realized that before we came. But
Where are you going to go?
it's a Caribbean steakhouse. I think
Okay.
they just opened up. That it's before the show. I was like,
hotel? Oh, I don't know what that is. Yeah, Caesar. Okay.
so I was like, I want to eat there when I'm done. So I'm gonna go there next week. But
Well, man, it's awesome
look
that you. I'm glad you decided to come on. And any other questions you have for him? Or so, who else who do you want to shout out?
shout out my lady Milena. I want to shout out my coach DJ Pure. Jacob from Global Formulas, Chula Wear. And again, for this one, the amount of love that I got from like the people who support me for this one, like we want you to like, it's insane. So I want to like, I feel, I don't know if you guys watch Dragon Ball Z at all, but like
course, yeah.
Goku getting like the energy from everybody, do the spirit bomb. That's what it felt like for this prep. I was getting energy from everybody. So
And do you have your own trunks or like your own short with Chula?
we've like collabed on a couple
Okay,
shorts. So
okay.
there's a couple shorts that like I would give her designs for. We've done that a few times, and this last one we collabed on as well. So we got a good working relationship.
It's awesome, man. Well, listen, we're wishing you the best, man, and hopefully we're gonna see you on that Olympia stage.
Absolutely.
Taking it down, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So now we're going to give you a challenge.
Okay.
The next time you're here, we expect a trophy.
Say no more.
And you get the trophy.
What do they
and
get?
You put it
What
right
do you
here.
get for a trophy?
It's a
It's a cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cup, yeah.
So we expect, just like the Arnold,
Do you
two
guys
people won the
talk
Arnold,
about it?
Amy and Brandon. We brought them here. Bring your trophies.
Have you guys put it
copy
on
that.
your
Yeah,
vision
copy
board
that.
of the Olympia now? Like you believe, right? You believe, like.
You have to believe.
I'm big
No,
on
I know,
that.
but I'm sure you believe before. But now it's like in clear vision now of like, it's a good feeling, and this is the way to come off. Like now, really opening people's eyes and realizing like, hey, I've arrived. You know, and maybe like you said, this is a run. You know, this is where it should be, and you know, you can kind of dictate that. But you know, it's a lot of eyes. I mean, you're going to be the expected person coming into this show, which I think is absolutely amazing. You know, hometown.
Yeah. Thank you.
So-
Thank you.
Keep healthy, and you know, we'll have you back on to. We may actually have you come on and break down one of these major shows too. You know,
Okay. I'm down.
we want your opinion, so we'll appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is dope.
Thank you.
Dope.